Hello everyone, today I'm going to be going over A Scanner Darkly on Hidden Gems. A Scanner Darkly was a film that came out in 2006 and it's directed by Richard Linklater. You may recognize his works such as School of Rock, the Before trilogy, Boyhood, and this is done in the vein of his previous film, Waking Life. It's rotoscoped. They only filmed this film in 23 days, and it took about 18 months to complete the rotoscope animation. And of course, this is based on a novel by Philip K. Dick. Philip K. Dick is an author who did Minority Report, Total Recall, and Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which is the basis for Blade Runner. Keanu Reeves plays two characters of Fred and Bob Arctor. We also have Winona Ryder as Donna Hawthorne, and then Robert Downey Jr. is crazy in this as James Barris. We also have Woody Harrelson as Ernie Luckman, and Rory Cochrane as Charles Freck. Now, you may recognize Rory Cochrane from another Richard Linklater film, Dazed and Confused. And what is A Scanner Darkly about? Well, it's a science fiction film that's in a dystopian kind of future. It's in the future of 2013, and it's kind of like a totalitarian state. It's like Big Brother. The scanner sees everything. And Keanu Reeves plays this guy named Bob Arctor, who the police believe is this drug dealer guy. Basically, what happens is that everybody in the country is addicted on this drug called Substance D. And it really does some nasty stuff. We see this crazy opening credits with Cochrane's character, and he's just like imagining these insects all over him. And he's a character that's pretty much an amalgam of multiple characters from the novel, but it's pretty much in America where everybody is addicted to the Substance D. So what happens? Keanu Reeves plays this guy named Bob Arctor, who's also Fred. Supposedly, he's a cop, and Substance D created two hemispheres of the brain. So it's kind of cool how we get to see him undercover. There's these like suits that people wear to conceal their identities. It's really cool how the animators did that. They got a whole bunch of different like facial expressions and stuff in different bodies. But I love it because he's after this guy investigating this group of people in this house, and he doesn't realize that the person he's after is him because Substance D did that much damage. So cool. But I love the company he keeps. You know, Woody Harrelson is out there. Him and Robert Downey Jr. are great. Robert Downey Jr. is just like evil in this film, but like very meticulous as well. There's many scenes where he either tries to backstab him or like sabotage stuff. You know, he's a character that very much loves chaos. And we get to see how everybody is affected by this drug. There's another crazy scene where he shoots this gun trying to make a silencer, and it ends up like amplifying the sound of the gun. But this movie is not for everyone. It very much feels like a trippy film, like you're on drugs. And part of that is because Philip K. Dick, he used to have a drug history, and he based his personal experience on drug use when writing the novel. And I think this is one of the best Philip K. Dick adaptations onto film. Very underrated film. They filmed this in California and Austin, Texas. I used to live in Austin when they filmed some parts here, and I just love A Scanner Darkly. I love Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder's chemistry here. Much better than Destination Wedding, and they kind of get a little bit of that from Bram Stoker's Dracula, but they play two very different characters here, you know. I like them as Donna and Bob. There's some crazy sequences with animation, and there's some parts that look very much real, and that's because it is real. They filmed it with the real actors and rotoscoped over it. And that's crazy. There's a new show on Amazon called Undone that's very similar. I just love the commentary, not only of like the drug use, but like kind of like pharmaceuticals and like the government, and how they like observe everybody, suppress freedom of speech. There's different stuff like that in this. And there's this organization called New Path that pretty much offers help for drug addicts. Of course, there's more to it than meets the eye. And this is almost like a series of moments. Like the main plot is Keanu Reeves' character of Bob / Fred discovering that he's this other person while he's an undercover cop. But it's really about like, what is this group of people doing and what's going on? It's really about identity. And Keanu Reeves conveys that brilliantly. We get to see his frustration. We get to see his confusion. We really feel like we're in his point of view of like, what the hell is going on? This is like trippy stuff. Who am I? And there's a sense of history with his character of maybe having a family and stuff like that. And they also play around with like sensory imagery and just like having visual cues to kick off something with memory and the synapses. Overall, this is an excellent Richard Linklater film and a very underrated film. Keanu Reeves did this right after the Matrix trilogy, and Richard Linklater didn't think he was going to get him because he's just like, he's going to do sci-fi after playing Neo. He did, and he really adds a lot to this movie. It's very underrated. And again, the ensemble of this film truly makes it. The writing's great, it's trippy, but it's the acting of the actors that makes this a more enjoyable film, despite it being just out there. Winona Ryder went on record saying this is probably the most complicated script she's ever read. It does have a certain sense of tragedy. There are betrayals, there are twists. There are moments where you're like, you know what, that person looks like they might be somebody or sound like somebody. Is there something else going on that I think is going on? And some people may pick it up, and others you may not know until it's revealed at the end. And that's the beauty of this. It's a film that you can watch again and catch different visual cues to what's going on in the story. So if I had to give A Scanner Darkly a score, I give it an A+. A Scanner Darkly is a science fiction classic, and I think it's a hidden gem. It's underrated. Severely underrated. It's a shame that it cost a lot and didn't make back its money, really. It was kind of a failure. But I saw this on HBO. I wanted to see it when it came out. I read the book. It wasn't released in any theaters. I was in South Texas. I wasn't in Austin when this came out. It took a while to come out. But it's one that I was extremely excited for. And when I finally saw it, it was like late at night, like 2 a.m. So after a band concert, like, it was trippy to watch at night, I must say. But there's something about watching it at night, or if some people out there, you like to get high, you should watch this in Inherent Vice. I've never been high like that, but I'd imagine they're pretty trippy films. Yeah, this is an underrated film, and if you're a Keanu Reeves fan, any fans of these actors, Robert Downey Jr., Woody Harrelson, Winona Ryder, I highly recommend it. If you're a fan of Richard Linklater, check out Waking Life and A Scanner Darkly. Anyway, if you've seen A Scanner Darkly, let me know your thoughts. What did you think of this film? Let me know down in the comments below. Again, you can follow me on the Stardust app at Fred Film Fanatic. And check out these other videos on my channel. And subscribe for more videos. Till next time.